In this video, you will learn about repetitive strain injuries, why you should care about repetitive strain injuries, how to exercise your hand, how to stretch your hands, and how to massage your hands. We'll also go over some tools you can use to reduce injury. Why you should care about repetitive strain injuries. Use your hands every day. If you get into a job where typing or hand coordination is very important, ignoring injuries can lead to chronic lifelong issues even years after training, and taking care of your hands now will prevent injuries in the future. You never know what you're going to be doing in the future, and so it's always important to take care of yourself now. And about my injuries, I used to build furniture. I would spend 10 hours a day, 5 to 6 days a week, hammering dovetail drawers together. I did thousands of hammer strikes a day. I squeeze a glue bottle thousands of times per day. I squeeze a hot glue gun thousands of times per day. I use a nail gun thousands of times per day, and that's not exaggerating. Each drawer needed 4 to 6 hammer strikes. Each dovetail needed glue, so that was 16 to 40 glue squeezes. Had to nail a support into the underside with 4 to 8 nails, and the underside needed to be hot glued all around the edges and the supports. I was doing one every 60 to 90 seconds, depending on the drawer, and my record was 562 drawers in one day. I wake up with shooting pain like needles down my arm and out my hands. My fist was balled up so bad I needed to run hot water underneath for 15 minutes just to be able to open it back up. I was unable to touch my thumb and pinky together. My hand was so swollen I could barely even hold the controller. While it seems like a far extreme to aim training is a highly repetitive task. Repetitive tasks, even if they feel easy, still cause micro tears in the muscles. If you do not let your body heal, these tears get bigger and the area starts to inflame. This will lead to tendinitis. If you ignore this, the tendons will inflame further, causing carpal tunnel syndrome. If you further ignore symptoms, you'll get trigger finger, which is inflammation of the protective sheath around the tendons that allow them to slide easily. Tendinitis is the most common repetitive strain injury. When you aim, you are using your muscles, and when you use your muscles, micro tears form on them. This is normal in how you build strength. Overdoing this, however, will not allow the muscles to heal. Bigger tears will form. This will cause the tendon to get inflamed. You'll know you'll have tendinitis if your fist feels swollen, you start to feel the loss of control during finger movements, and it hurts to aim. With tendinitis, you want to rest and not aim train until the hand feels better. If you think it's better, but 20 minutes into training it starts to hurt, you need to rest longer. Even if you train for a full day without issues and the next day it starts to hurt again, continue to rest it. Keep the hand elevated, use ice on a towel, as you should never put ice directly to skin, and wear a brace at night, and more about braces later. The next RSI is carpal tunnel syndrome. Carpal tunnel syndrome is caused by the compression of the median nerve in the wrist. This compression is from swollen tendons that are not properly rested. If you ignore tendinitis, you'll get CTS, and the signs of CTS are: hand falls asleep at night or during the day, hand feels tight when standing for long periods of time, hard time touching your thumb and pinky together, sharp shooting pain when you try to force training, and lack of control of aiming. If your symptoms are this bad, you may need to rest up for a month, and I highly recommend seeing a doctor, as they can often prescribe a steroid to help the injury faster and to better educate you in the long term and even lifelong issues CTS will give you. The last RSI we'll talk about is trigger finger. Trigger finger is caused by the protective sheath around the tendon that helps the tendon to slide smoothly. When the sheath is inflamed, the tendon drags, causing the fingers to lock in place. Signs of finger trigger are: finger won't bend, sometimes requiring a doctor to intervene, joints pop, stiffen or swelling of the hands or fingers, and lack of control when aiming and also when pressing buttons. Exercising your muscles helps with the following things: strengthens the muscles around the joints, improves blood flow, which reduces swelling, increases energy, decreases risk of injury, decreases healing time if you do get injured. So the first thing to do, if you have this style gripper, you can get any style gripper you want, but because you have more leverage at the top, these two fingers are doing all the work. These two really aren't. So I just do sort of nice firm handshake. You want it to feel like you're giving something a nice, firm, strong handshake. You don't want it to be where you can just flap it up and down really quickly. That's too light. And you don't want to be struggling with it either. That's too tight. Nice, firm handshake. You should be able to do it 20 times for 3 sets. Do this. I flip it over. Get these fingers. That. Both hands. Then I do the thumb like this. You want to focus on pushing the thumb down, not bringing the fingers up. Your finger will come up a little bit no matter how hard you try, but you want to mostly push down with your thumb like this. Thumb comes down like that, and boom. That's all that I use with the gripper. Get the thumb, get the fingers, you're done. Then I use this guy, pretty self-explanatory, more of your muscles on the back of your hand. That 20 times. I'll switch back to this, do both hands 20 times, 3 rotations. Pretty simple. Stretching will help improve performance in physical activities, decreases risk of injury, helps your joints move through their full range of motion, enables your muscles to work most effectively, improves your ability to do daily activities, such as aiming, increases blood flow, which again decreases swelling, decreases healing time, and most important for us aimers, improves the mobility of tendons and the median nerve that cause CTS. First stretch we're going to do, palm down. All right, so we're going to talk about stretching safety. All right, do not bounce, don't do this, and do not force, don't wrench on don't wrench on it, right? You want to feel tension. And so this first one, this is a good one, right? This is most people are going to have this flexibility right here. So you're going to feel your skin pulling. So you can tell the difference between your skin pulling and your muscles pulling. You'll be able to tell the difference. You don't necessarily have the same flexibility here at the tip of the thumb. So don't force it. Don't bounce it. Nice. Should feel tight, but not painful. Next one is we're going to do our wrist here because it's going to be another one. A lot of times if you overdo it, you're going to feel pain right here in your wrist. So if you pull down too tight, you're going to feel pain right here, and that's bad. So that's going to be an example of what it feels like when it's painful. So that's why I did these first two first, because these are very quick examples that you're going to feel almost immediately as to tight skin and pain. So what you're going to do is you're going to bring your thumb down to your forearm, just like that. All right. You can hold all these stretches for about 10 seconds. All right, now you're going to flip your hand upside down. You're going to come under. The other hand, you're going to pull your thumb down towards the back of your hand and then towards your elbow. So down and back towards your wrist. Trying to pull it into your wrist, basically. All right. Next thumb and wrist exercise. You're going to bend your wrist down like this. Push down on the wrist. Then you use your thumb to push your other thumb down like this. You're going to feel it right here. And right here, you're going to feel it nice through here. When you push down on this, you're going to feel it here. Push on your thumb, you're going to feel it kind of more down here. The next one, I'm only going to show one finger because they're all the same. Just going to grab the top of the finger and pull it back like this. You're going to flip over. And then you're going to push. I'm going to use this finger as an example here since it's easy to see on the screen. And make it so that way this joint is down as comfortable as it'll go. You push this joint down as comfortable as it'll go. And then, well, this other one right here. This tip one really is pretty much flexible in all your fingers because if you can do this, you have maximum flexibility in your most forward joints. You're really just focusing on the first two joints. Just really rotate it down around towards your palm. When I first started, that's all I could do, as far as I could go. So if that's all you can do, that's fine. After 6-8 weeks, you're going to be all the way down here. All right, now the next one, going to be our wrist. So we're going to pull our wrist this way. So we already kind of did when we did our thumb earlier, when we were pushing our thumb down. Or no, that was the other way. Yeah, you can pull this way. This is the one that's with the thumb. Pull that. All right, then you go to the side like this. Now you're just going to fold your fingers down until like this. Really focus on pulling your wrist down. Again, you're going to feel sharp pain here if you go too hard with it. And fold your fingers in. Flat hand like this. And pull all your fingers back like this. This is a little bit different than what we did earlier. You'll feel the difference. You won't be able to push your fingers back quite as far. All right. So just pulling all your fingers back together towards the back of your hand. That's really good one for here. And then we're going to kind of extend on this one a little bit. Stand up, your palm flat on the table. You want to lean this way. You want to lean towards your fingers. Make sure your palm is on the thing. Feel it here all the way up your forearm. You should feel this pretty good. This is a pretty example of how a stretch should feel. And if you go too far, you'll feel it because it'll start to hurt. You back off a little bit, you can really feel the tension. And massaging helps with the following things. It increases blood flow, reduces muscle tension, releases hormones like dopamine, serotonin, and endorphins. If you have a partner who can do it for you, it also releases oxytocin. It will strengthen your immune response, exfoliates the skin, and removes dead skin cells. So when you massage, you want to use the same pressure you do when you apply lotion or sunscreen. Okay, you don't want to be too rough. First, I just like to grab here. And I'm mostly focusing the pressure right here. I push, I'm just going to push, bring it all the way up my arm, all the way up to my shoulder, rotate 90 degrees, all the way up to my shoulder, rotate all the way up to the shoulder, and then again right here is basically getting all four sides of your arm, and go around 3 times. Between each of your fingers, you're going to feel a little divot, and you just want to gently massage again, just like you're applying lotion. You can even apply lotion while you do this even. It's nice circles like this, all the way around, all the way back, here. Now we're going to go with our thumb, push up towards our fingers, out towards our fingers, I'll hold your fingers, back of the hand too. So here, I like to get on this side. Here, let's get that right there real good. Then like you're applying lotion on the fingers. I just like to go like this. All the fingers, top and bottom, and the sides, just like that. All right. And that's it. You just do that 2-3 times all the way around, once, twice a week, and you're good. So one tool I found to be extremely useful with RSI is to wear a bracelet, okay? A wrist brace like this. Happens when you sleep. Your wrist curls up like this, and your hand fist balls up like this. You already have CTS. You're already getting a lot of blood flow cut off when your wrist turns up like this. Cuts off even more. This creates a lot of tension in your hand, which again is going to give you more injury. When I first was working at this furniture manufacturer, hammering dovetails for drawers all day for 10 hours, 5 days a week, I'd wake up, literally couldn't open my fist. It was crazy. I had to run my hand under hot water for like 15 minutes every morning. Like my hand would be red by the time I was finally able to open it up. Got this brace, put it on that night. Next morning, there was never an injury. This thing gaslit me until being like, did I even have an injury? Now this one has a finger cushion in it, and that's going to keep my hand from balling up like this. The wrist can keep it from wristing up, okay? Some of these will cut off like right here, and it'll only be for the wrist. You want to make sure you get one with the finger pads too. Even if you don't have an injury yet, I would just, if you're in training for more than an hour a day, I recommend wearing this immediately. Don't wait until you get an injury. Start wearing this, just start wearing it now. Also wear a compression glove as well, about 30 minutes after training, and that just helps to reduce swelling in the hand. You don't want it to be too tight, that's cutting off circulation. If your hand starts to feel tingly or falls asleep, it's too tight. Subscribe to stay up to date, like to give support, and comment your questions to help the community improve. Join the Discord to get access to extra resources and meet other aimers. Stay positive, be supportive of others, respect the sport of aiming by staying humble, honest, and having integrity. Thank you for watching.